Hello, I'm Suresh, COO of Nemmadi. You all know what Nemmadi does. One of the main foray into business is in the HOTO audit for RWAs. That is Handover Takeover audit for resident welfare associations, where you take over all the common areas and amenities from the builder for further maintenance. Once the builder ends his occupation and leaves it to the society and walks away. So there are many thoughts why the handover takeover inspection should be there in the first place. As you all are aware, there are many aspects of the common areas and amenities which require checking by a specialist. There are various disciplines like civil engineering, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, firefighting, which require a specialized agency who have in-depth knowledge in this to check and let you know whether it is good for takeover or not. Now, talking about Nemmadi, we are one such specialized agency. I can tell you many points how we are better in the market. To tell you, I'll take you through 15 good reasons why Nemmadi is the first choice of many RWAs for the HOTO audit. First and the foremost, whenever you engage a person or a body for inspection, what you look at is the permanency. Will that person be available if I go to him after 6 months, after 1 year, after 2 years? That is the first question, because these are recurring and there could be many clarifications. You may have to go back to them again and again. Nemmadi is a body corporate. It's a private limited company registered with Register of Companies, and it's a body corporate registered with statutory compliances with Government of India. And as you all are aware, a private limited company just can't close the business and walk away. So that's where the permanent feature comes in. Second, Nemmadi has been in this business for last 10 years. That shows the stability of the company. So nobody can be in business for such a long time unless they have a proper, stable process and the existence. Coming to the third point, whenever you're going for an inspection, whom do you go to? Somebody with in-depth knowledge of all the fields, or somebody who has just come in, or somebody who has just hired people and then trying to make a new business out of it? In this aspect, Nemmadi has a great lineage. It comes from a parent company, Prakash Construction Project Management Consultants, who are in this field from last 39 years, since 1986. So all that knowledge pool is drawn from the parent company for having executed more than 1,800 projects of all over India and abroad. So that is the great lineage and the knowledge which the Nemmadi brings it to the table when they conduct the audit. And next, whenever you're going for audit, we always check for the experience in the related field. To give an example, Nemmadi has so far audited more than 30 RWAs, handover takeover inspection. So this is started with a small units, say about 8 to 10 flats, and also to very large units with 2,500 flats, which is spread over an area of more than 30 plus acres. So that is the scale. We are specialized in doing audit for the smaller apartments as well as the largest apartments, comprising of all sorts of specialities. Now coming to the next point, I talked to you about the permanency, the stability, the lineage, knowledge, and a good track record. Now, I want to tell you how Nemmadi is different compared to many others in the area in which they work. See, Nemmadi, unlike others, has got a focused specialist in its team who know what they're doing and they're having an in-depth knowledge in a particular discipline. For example, we have our own MEP team, that's MEP is mechanical, electrical and plumbing, who are also specialized in lifts, elevators, firefighting, STP, WTP. And I'm not boasting when I tell that all these people are in-house. We do not outsource any activity outside the organization. We have full control of what we do and we have them on our rolls, and all the people work as a team with a proper coordination between various disciplines. Coming to how do we ensure in Nemmadi that the process is consistent, there is no variation project to project, because all the projects are totally different from one another. Every project is unique and every project requires a particular focused approach where a checklist is made curated specifically to that project depending on the project details. How do we achieve this consistency? That's only because of the systems and structure what we have in place. We have a well established standard operating procedure which is followed thoroughly for every project. So with this help of SOP, standard operating procedure, we ensure that every project what we handle gets the same result. The end result is same because of the consistency. And the checklist, what is curated for one project is different for other project. So that checklist ensures that our engineers in the field do not miss even a single point. We have our own automated inspection management system which takes care of all this SOP and the checklist being administered in a very systematic way. So having the systems and structure in place, we ensure that there is a consistent quality of deliverables, that is the quality of inspection that is delivered to the clients project to project. Then coming to the next, we are an authority in subjects. You may ask how. As I told you earlier, Nemmadi is an offshoot of the parent company which is there in this field for the last 39 years. So with this depth of knowledge, we know how the projects are constructed and how the projects are delivered. So where things can go wrong, where you should look at and what can be acceptable, all these things comes from our depth of knowledge. So we claim we are an authority on the subject. And as I told you, we all do everything in-house and we have got no dependency on anybody else. So everything is under our control. And also, whenever we inspect, we do the root cause analysis. For any given problem, we do the root cause analysis and give you the solution so that you need not again approach anybody else for what to do with the snags that are found out. And the solutions will be from the experience of having handled so many projects, so they are foolproof. Then coming to the next capability. As I was telling you, we have worked with so many projects, so we have the capability to audit the design of a project. That's as good as calculating all the parameters that are considered by the original designer, whether things have been adequate or not adequate. For example, an STP, sewage treatment plant, that is provided in the project, can it handle the full discharge when the whole complex is fully occupied? Whether the things have been designed for that full discharge or not, that can be verified. Even the diesel generator that has been provided, can it handle the required load, whether that has been designed? The water treatment plant, whether that has been designed in such a way, can it handle the water requirement? All this will be designed and checked with a design audit. We are glad to say that we have that capability to audit the design by the builder. Coming next, how are we superior? We say that we have the knowledge, we say that we have the standard operating procedure. We also have fully trained field engineers who are repeatedly trained upon all the advancements in the subject, and they carry out this inspection with the help of all modern tools. We use laser measures, we use infrared cameras, we use moisture meters, we use fault detectors for electric fault detection. Like that, there are many tools that are used which will augment our inspection process to make sure that what we find out is the correct one and backed by the data. And coming next to the conflict of interest. So you may be wondering what it is. See, normally whenever we approach in the market, there will be some quote from a FMS company who offer to do it at very low cost. We also wondered in the beginning, how do they do it? But later it was found out that, so their main intention is to get the contract, which is a recurring contract year on year for the facilities management. So in that eagerness to get that contract, they also offer to do the handover takeover inspection at a fraction of a cost. So it's always subsidized from that part. The major problem in this is many of the defects that are found will be passed on as an operational cost later. They may not highlight you in the beginning, because if they highlight, that impedes the handover takeover process. To avoid that, some things are not highlighted, and then when the operation starts, that will go as an operational cost. And here I'd like to tell you, this is not a general sweeping statement on all FMS companies. There are good FMS companies who know their limit. They will not venture into a field like this in which they are not specialized. They do step aside and then offer this to a specialized agency. And coming next, what is further good about Nemmadi so that you can go for the inspection? Nemmadi is a local company, an Indian company, and worked in Indian environment for such a long time. We know how the construction process takes place in Indian scenario. So we know the full depth of knowledge how buildings are constructed. So we use the methodologies and practices, what is done by the builder, and audit the whole building. And then coming to the final point, why Nemmadi is good. We are here in Bangalore, easily approachable, and anytime, any query, in the further point in time, we are always there to help you.